Charles here, setting up a 4 foot by 4 foot raised bed with, I believe it was 2 by 10s. Previously this was planted with corn. That's done with. I've cut off the corn, but I like to leave the root systems intact on these. It provides a lot of habitat for the worms. So what I'm going to do is I've got about 4 foot by 4 foot marked out here with some of these sticks. I'm going to take some of the surrounding soil and load up where would be the border of it, and then get ready to lay the boards down to set up the raised bed. This is one of the tools I like the most, which has a lot of different names depending on where you get it from and what country you're in. And it's just like they'll call it like a gopher hoe, I think. It's just a hoe with a real large chunk of metal on the end. I like this for cutting down into this clay and breaking it up. The other thing I'll use is a fork. But neither one of these are needed. It's just because this is real heavy clay, and what was there before will just make it a little easier, but one could very easily use just a small scoop, load up some of the soil to more of the center where the box will be, and they're good to go. This is just going to make it a little quicker. I'm trying not to step on it too much because the whole idea of these exercises is to keep all the soil isolated in the box. You never step in it once it's set, and all the organic material you're putting on top and providing for the worms is creating a system, ecosystem for them to get down through all this heavy clay and break it all up. The same with the number of the plants you plant, particularly like parsnips, turnips, carrots, rutabagas, kohlrabi, that are going to drive down deep roots. It's all to get it loose. As you see, this is not even a little bit loose. It is Pennsylvania clay. As I was saying before, the whole idea is to get this loosened up, and one of the best things is one of these forks to drive down in the soil, get some of this broke up. All of this, every time we talk through these, is all about the flow of energy through a system, just like everything else in the universe. And the roots are no exception. It takes them that much more energy to get down through this clay if you don't have something loosening it up. So that's just what this does. You'll drive your fork in, get some of this, all that then that gets loosened up is that much easier for the worms and the roots to work their system down. Now, if I was really feeling like I needed some exercise, I would double dig this, and anyone who wants to do that is welcome to do it. But for me, it's in this Pennsylvania clay, it just takes too much time and effort for the return. Instead, I go a little bit of digging, raised bed, organic materials on top, and the amount of work is reduced about tenfold. Simple raised bed. We're gonna put these boards down. It's just Douglas fir. I've used Douglas fir before, where I've treated it with linseed oil and you just get enough time out of untreated that I haven't found it necessary to go and treat it with a bunch of linseed oil or buy the treated wood. I'd be very surprised if anywhere, unless you're in a tropical climate, you wouldn't get at least 10 years out of just straight untreated Douglas fir, because sure, on the inside you're going to get termites and everything else eating it, but on the outside, the UV from the sun's hitting this and protecting it. Nothing's going to live on it, there's no mold going to be on it, anything else. I've seen plenty of other videos on YouTube with even warmer climates than this that have had 7 years on their Douglas fir, and it looked just fine from untreated. So it's really no use in spending the extra time with the treating with linseed oil or any other oil, or buying the treated wood. Just, there isn't a need. With the leveling, a lot of people will go through with a level, make sure it's perfect, but I just don't care. If it is a little off level and you get too much rain, so some goes off the side, no big deal. That can be a benefit. If you're in an area where there is a lot of rain, you wouldn't want it all perfectly level, because it'd be turned into a swimming pool every time it rained. So again, not worth the effort.